Hello again, guys. Welcome back to week 4. So, as you know, last week I think I mentioned that I'd basically sent a load of emails out to various departments, including the council, HMRC. I've had one email back from United Utilities, although it isn't necessarily like, you don't have to do it. Come to me in a minute. Yeah, you don't have to declare to United Utilities what you're doing when you're on such a small scale such as this. I just told them what I was doing, and they said, well, in terms of like the volume of chemicals you're putting down the drain, it's not probably too different from people like washing their cars. But they sent me a message just to say, yeah, we're happy with what you're doing. So that's good, at least just to get a bit of a thumbs up from them. I've had a email from the licensing department at the council, and basically their systems are down. So they said they're going to get in contact with me in around 2 weeks' time, and then we'll take it from there. So unfortunately, not too much progress has been made, but we have had some things going on in the brewery. So just there, I have in my unit tank, I did a Oktoberfest beer. So the starting gravity on that was 1056, I think, 1056, 1058. I've just done a refractometer reading on it, and that is currently at 1023, about 5 days in. So not too bad. Getting towards the end, so I think starting tomorrow, it's at 10 degrees now, I'll bump the temperature up. The only issue is I've tasted quite a high level of DMS, which is the first time I've had that in a lager. So an issue that I had when making the pale ale last week is that I'm adding my fining agent, which is I use Protafloc for that, like 10 minutes. And I find that when I give it a mix for the whirlpool, all the bits that stuck together or clumped together, I then ended up breaking apart, and then it led to a really poor hop break separation, which meant that a load of trub got transferred into the conical. So how I got around that was basically I just left it for about 4 or 5 hours, let it all settle at the bottom, and then dumped it. So when I went to pitch the yeast just after that, it was actually really nice clear wort. But carrying that lesson over onto the Oktoberfest is that I basically just added it at the 5 minutes, gave it a really good whirlpool. Not that that'll probably do much if it's still boiling, but I let the hop break settle, and so I think that actually took around 25 minutes. Now, what I wasn't aware of, and I now have learnt, is that when, obviously through the boiling process, we're flashing off the dimethyl sulfide, and basically as soon as you're done making a lager, you really want to get that cooled as quickly as possible, because the precursors to DMS, which is S-methylmethionine, I think, SMM, that isn't removed during boiling, and so is still present. And yeah, basically when you cool that down, DMS can still be created, which I think is what has happened. So from what I can tell anyway, I tried it 2 days ago and it was really pungent sweet corn. Tasted it today, it has come down maybe like 70% of what it was. So I'm just gonna see where it goes. Yeah, I think from also other reading, I've said that DMS can be reduced during fermentation just through the agitation of the yeast itself, the CO2 bubbling up. Sorry about the noise, it's glycol chiller. Yeah, through the CO2 bubbling up can help remove some of that DMS. So it's the fermentation seems to be really healthy. So I'm gonna see where that comes in a couple of days. Also, another quite exciting thing, those of you who follow me on Instagram will know I had a delivery. So I've got the SS Brewtech Sparge manifold. This is the large one. So basically the reason why I got this is because I know many people think hot side aeration is a load of rubbish. I am not one of those people. Basically through doing the at the Institute of Brewing and Distilling, where I did my brewing course, I got the opportunity to speak to a few master brewers, and basically they are very confident that there is an effect. They're obviously still doing tests, but so basically, well, I'll try and explain it. I think from what I can remember is that any oxygen absorbed during the mash, any splashing, ideally you want to minimise that as much as possible. And the idea behind that is the oxygen reacts and creates stable oxidizing compounds within the malt, and these oxidizing compounds aren't removed during boiling or fermentation, and they break down over time, and usually that only happens once the beer has been packaged. So once the beer has been packaged, these compounds then start to break down in the bottle or in the can or in the keg, and basically start to stale the beer. So from what data has been collected, that's what it has shown, and yeah, sounds good enough for me. And well, it's just another excuse to buy more shiny equipment, isn't it? So in order to do it, so I brought this for my Brew Tools system. Obviously it's too big for the Grandfather. I've also had to buy an MPT fitting for the top of the centre pipe. So that's going to slide on, and then with the MPT fitting there, got another piece somewhere in the brewery which is basically going to connect to a hose, and then the other end of the hose is obviously just going to sit on that, and this is then just going to rest on the grain bed, and then the sparge, or as I'm recirculating, will just slowly come through them pores or out the ends. I was a little bit worried about it blocking up, but I think because of the size of the holes at the end, it should not be a problem at all. I also got another few things. I've also entered the competition, the elusive brewing competition with the malt miller, to make a West Coast IPA. So I'm going to be brewing a West Coast IPA tomorrow, and it's going to be going into the conical. My pale ale is still in there. It's been in there for 15 days now. I really should have kegged it yesterday or today. I've not had time though. I've just come off shifts. I've only had like 2 hours sleep. I've been running around all today. I've literally got half an hour to just shoot this video. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keg that tomorrow, clean it, get it ready for the West Coast IPA. So yeah, it's going to be a very busy, very long day tomorrow, so I'm gonna get up early, it's going to be a 9-10 hour day, easy. But yeah, I love doing it. It should be good. Should be good fun. Anyway, yeah. So that's it for this week, and hopefully I hear some things. Oh, I've got something else as well, actually. So I've had an email back from the head brewer at Lord's Brewing. So we've just started to discuss recipe ideas for the collaboration that we're doing. Yeah, and I think so obviously as the weeks go on, I think that's kind of planned in for September, but that's cool and really exciting. So yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll see I'm still here. And yeah, nice one. Thank you very much, guys. I'll catch you next time.